WarhammerCommunity.com has helped me out by dropping every faction and summarising them. So I am going to start with the Stormcast Eternals. So it says to me here, well, we know they're clad in gleaming armour, yes, fine. And each one is a warrior plucked from the moment of death and reforged, and they go round and round, fine. And when they die, they get recast. And their souls erode with each reforging, slowly losing shreds of their humanity. I now understand that. That's very cool. This is also a very cool image. Stormcast Eternals are separated into storm hosts. Each one is an autonomous military organisation with its own history, heraldry, and ways of war. So there's the warrior chambers, deploying liberators. I know there were liberators. They are joined by the likes of the vanguard chambers, the forward scouts, the extremist chambers who ride the beasts into battle, and the latest ones are the ruination chambers, roused from their bleak citadels to fight now the Skaven. So yeah, they do have a lot of numerous beasts, the Griffhounds, things like that. So these battle traits, I believe, are now ways of scoring points in a match. They can use the following abilities. In the deployment phase, if there are more friendly Stormcast than there are set up in reserve, pick a friendly unit that has not been deployed. It has now been deployed. In the movement phase, once per battle, pick a unit that is in the Celestial Realm, and plonk them down anywhere 9 inches away from the enemy. Once per battle, in the movement phase, pick a unit that started the battle with 2 or more models and that has been destroyed to be the target. Set up a replacement unit with half the number of models. Okay, so half a unit comes back. Interesting. Your hero phase. Pick a friendly unit that has not used this ability this battle to use this ability. For the rest of the turn, you add 1 to the wound rolls for that unit's combat attacks and add 1 to the saves. So adding 1 to the wounds and 1 to the saves. Each faction begins the new edition with a faction pack, which works like a sub-faction rules, which I have no idea what they are. If you do have any information what these things are talking about, let me know. These encourage you to build and play your army in a certain manner for bonuses. Right, a Thunderhead Host, a Lightning Echelon, or Sentinels of the Bleak Citadel, which are here. So if we choose that, in any of the hero phases, my turn or the other players, pick a friendly Ruination Chamber unit. That unit has a ward of 5+ for the rest of the turn. A ward, that's like a shield, right? Lets them shrug off physical attacks and spells by granting ward 5+. So in that turn, I can protect them with a 5+ save? Shield? Each faction pack has 3 heroic traits and 3 artifacts of power to choose from. Spells, prayers, and manifestations can change Each faction pack comes with laws to expand your supernatural options. There's a lot of things going on here. Some have a spell law, some have a prayer law, others have both, and some have manifestation law. So yeah, the Stormcast Eternals do have priests, fine. And the Bless Weapons prayer is key to getting the most out of it. Right. In the hero phase, bless weapons. Pick a priest to chant this prayer, and he then picks an infantry within 12 inches, and then he will make a chanting roll of D6. Add 1 to the attack's characteristics of the target's melee weapon until the start of your next turn. If the chanting roll was 12+, this ability affects all visible Stormcast units wholly within 12 inches of this character. But so you just roll a d6? Surely not, because then now do you get 12? With a chanting value of 6, now with spells you roll, 2d6, don't you? It can take a turn or 2 to build up your ritual points and empower a key unit. Alright, so does that stacks every time until you get 12, and then it comes into effect, I think. Plan ahead. You can amass 12 ritual points to share that buff with all the units. Yeah, it sounds like it stacks. That's interesting. I like that power building. And you want to keep your priest alive so that it gets up to speed. A Stormhost may battle alongside Crondis, son of Dracothoin. Oh, he's got health rather than wounds. That's good. That's clear. 5, is that the objective control? amount. All will be revealed. Alright, so his ranged weapon, it goes to 6 inches, has 1 attack, a +2, fairly standard. Rend is 2. D3 plus 3 wounds, it's okay. 4 attacks and 6 attacks. Damage of 4, that's nice. A passive, what's that? While this unit has 10 or more damage points. Damage points? I just don't know these terminologies. The attack characteristics of its apex more, fine, is 2. So what, when it goes down to half, does it mean health? I don't think so. Add 2 to the casting rolls for this unit, that's nice. A passive +2, I get that. Once per turn, any combat phase. Pick an enemy, roll a dice. On a 3+, the target cannot use commands for the rest of the turn. I like that. In the hero phase, pick a visible enemy unit within 18 inches of the caster. Make a casting roll of 2d6. Subtract 1 from their hit rolls, subtract 1 from their rend, and subtract 1 from their save rolls for the target. I like it. That's cool. So yeah, it debilitates the enemy. I understood that. Now on to what's this? How do you say that? Andrasta, I think. Andrasta's got 8 health, a range of 12 inch, 4 damage, some melee weapons doing 3 damage, 3 damage. Double the damage characteristic of the unit's Thengavar for attacks that target monsters, which for my game hasn't been usual. Add 1 to the number of dice rolls when making charge rolls. What? So you can roll 3? I love that. Ignore negative modifiers to the control scores of friendly units when they are wholly within 12 inches of this unit. Who is this guy or girl? The Knight Arcanum. Yes, I have one of those from the last edition for a start. Only 6 health. And you add 1 to the casting rolls of this unit when it uses a summon ability. What is it summoning though? Each manifestation cannot pass through or end any move within this unit's combat range unless they... What? This unit has a ward 4+ against mortal. Is that like an anti... If someone's trying to dispel your spell, then you get a 4+ modifier. Annihilators. Only 3 health, 2 damage. These are just the standard guys, aren't they then? Some of them. Pick an enemy unit. If you roll a 6, the target has strike last for the rest of turn. That's nice. A little Magic the Gathering kind of a play there. In your movement phase, if the unit was set up using the Scions of the Storm ability, pick 3 enemy units within 10 inches and roll a d3, and on 2+, inflict an amount of mortal damage. Wow. So Spearhead, again, I'm looking forward to playing Spearhead. The old Prosecutors, well, the new Prosecutors really, 10-inch range, 3 attacks, 1 measly damage, 2 health. Oh, I don't like it. They're just too weak. This unit has a coherency range of 2 inches. That's okay because the wings are really irritating. You can roll 1 additional dice for a charge, which I don't think has ever been done before. Right, I really need to know what this Ward 5+ is. I'm sure it'll work itself out. This unit can use charge abilities even if it used a run in the same turn, which you couldn't do. Well, that is intriguing. And on to the Skaven next.